Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of White Dwarf magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop us a comment down below. Love hearing back from you guys, and it goes a massive way to help the channel too. Now, this month we're on issue 483 of White Dwarf magazine, and it is of course adorned by the Leagues of Votann. This is our last issue of 2022, and we have 3 pull-out little sections, which are pretty decent. So you got some cards for a good old Age of Sigmar, and you have a tile game, 40k based tile game as well, like we did a couple of months ago. So really good stuff, and these will all come in handy for your games if you're playing narrative campaign, or if you want to play that tile game. Not too bad. But with all that said, let's jump into this month's issue. Right, so starting off in our contact section, one of my favourite sections of a magazine each month, we have some awesome Nurgle Chaos Warriors just down here as well, very nicely painted, and they are, from what I recognise, the older Chaos Warriors as well, so they look pretty good though. They look really quite nice and a bit different, quite that. Greens are quite nice as well, and very Nurgle in a very long way. We have an awesome Ultramarines Company Champion with the dual swords there. Really nice mini. It looks very well painted, and I don't really care for Stormcast Eternals, but that is a nicely done one. And we also have an awesome Christmas squig to point out here as well, which I must admit I really like. Just a bit of fun, but it looks quite fun as well, so really good stuff. On the other page we get some awesome bits and pieces. So we have an awesome Isharan Tidecaster from the Idoneth Deepkin. That is one of my favourite sculpts from the whole Idoneth Deepkin range as well, in all honesty. We have from good old Blood Bowl, Wilhelm Chaney, a werewolf, absolutely fantastic model. I really like that one, and I do need to sort out my Blood Bowl minis and get my necromantic horrors painted up at some point. We also have an awesome Doomseeker as well, with a pale cold blue tones as well, which look really good. And then we have some awesome Spirit Hosts as well. But obviously we can't ignore the fact we have Tony Orc adorning the pages as well. So a bit of a fun model, having an orc skateboarding on a quarter pipe, maybe. Just having a bit of fun doing a hand plant trick, which looks really good stuff. But yeah, really cool. It's actually quite nice. I quite like it. It's really good stuff, as well as having the his little pal just watching and kind of being amazed at what he's doing as well, just there as well. So really cool stuff to see that. But the main kind of bit for this month is the showcase, the spotlight of the Stormcast Eternals, which are really cool. So we have an awesome Lord Celestin on Stardrake, which is a very nicely painted mini with all them blue tones, very purple heavy. I like it. It's a really nice tone. That's a lot of technique in there. I must admit, I don't paint like that. I think that'll take forever, but it's really nice, and I do really like it. So, you know, hats off to Andreas Pakroff, who has done an absolutely fantastic job painting all these minis. So really good stuff. And we have some awesome bits and pieces on here as well. So we have some awesome called Lord Arcanum, Lord Celestin on Dracoth, Lord Ordinator and Gavriel Sureheart as well. I can always forget how to pronounce their name, but yeah, really good stuff. So some awesome minis there. So they are very nicely done. And then we move on to the Age of Sigmar. So I'm going to move straight into the Army Gallery. I have skipped a couple of bits, including some updated rules and the flashpoints and stuff like that. So if you want to check those out, make sure you pick up your copy of White Dwarf. But I really like these. This nice Lodge of Ice Reefed Dwarden, which are really cool. I really like them. The blue tones are nice. So this is of course an army gallery, so there are some really cool photos of a lot of these nicely painted minis. They look pretty cool, having all that ice and that kind of blue hues and tones and stuff like that to them. Makes them stand out and look absolutely amazing, and they're really cool. And they've also been named as well, so a lot of the heroes have got these kind of more colder names. So like Cold Stout is one of them. We have Frostforge, Cindercrest, which obviously sounds a little bit warmer. We do also have a Gotrek Gurnason with a blue beard, which looks Yeah, canonically wrong, but looks really, really good though. It actually looks quite cool at the same time with it. So, and I must admit, Gotrek is one of my favourite minis from the entire range. So really, really good stuff. So really, really cool looking dwarves. Excuse for pun. But yeah, really nice. I really, really like them. They look absolutely fantastic, and yeah, a lot of work and effort has been gone into them, as you can tell. So really cool. Moving into the 41st millennium, we can have a look at some heroes and villains, and some really, really nicely painted minis here as well. So some really cool stuff. So we can name heroes. You can give them a name. You can choose them their sub-faction, give them background, and much, much more if you wish to. But they are really cool. So you can make some really good minis out of it. So if you like your 40k, you can have some really cool bits, and this is just to give you some inspiration if you are painting up some 40k stuff at the moment. So if you need a little bit of kind of an kick of inspiration, you could always go for your new Raven Guard heroes and much, much more. You can go for a bit of good old Castellan Marshals and stuff like that, and these give you little paint tips because they use some of the colours and how they've kind of painted them up, which makes them look really good. We also have an awesome Bellacore and Magnus of Red, look absolutely fantastic with that kind of localized light source as well. So object light source, which looks really cool. It looks fantastic. I must admit, I'm really quite thrilled by these minis, and they give me a bit of inspiration. There are some nice crisp kind of standard 40k looking minis as well, so they look very kind of average. And we have some conversions as well. So we do have a conversion from good old Kritzer for Rat Prince just up there as well, but it looks really good. It fits in quite well, and is pretty nice, and it just seems to go on and on and on. But there are some awesome minis. So if you need a little bit of inspiration for your 40k minis, check out these pages, because it might give you a little bit of a hint and kind of go, oh yeah, I could use that colour combination, and it'll make it absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure you'll have an absolutely fun time painting up your minis. But yeah, really good stuff here. And then obviously, because the Leagues of Votann are on the front, we have an awesome battle report for the Leagues of Votann going up against the Genestealer cults, and it's pretty cool. So let's have a quick look at the armies themselves. So we have an awesome Emir Conglomerate army, which is the colour scheme, but I must admit I'm going for my my leagues. So this is a 1,470 point army, including 2 Hecaton land fortresses. We have loads of good old Einhir half guard. We have 2 lots of pioneers, and we also have a Carl and an Einhir champion as well. Really good stuff. I like it. It's a really cool bunch of minis, and it gives me a little inspiration because I've only just started mine, in all honesty. But definitely a cool army. But we have a lot of extras for good old the Genestealers. So the Genestealers army is a 1,696 point army, so a little bit more powerful, and there are what looks like a lot more minis on the page as well. So, but also very nicely done. A very nicely painted set of Genestealer cults, and they look a bit cool and quite a bit of fun. So yeah, not too bad. The whole battle report is quite nicely played out as well, so we have some pretty cool bits and pieces going through it in nice use of terrain as well throughout the entire lot, and the fact that the good old there's a bit of a chase going on here as well, so makes it a bit different, makes it look a bit kind of unusual, where the Genestealers kind of racing in to try and pursue your good old Leagues units as well. So really cool stuff, and some really interesting shots as well, and nice photos and stills of kind of everything bumping up against each other and having a bit of a battle, which looks really nice. Moving on to Horus Heresy, we have an update to rules, including artillery bombardment and how to utilise it in battles, and even playing for some battles with them as well, so countering battery attack, your deadly bombardment, and much more. And we also get some other bits and pieces in there, so we kind of move through some nice little battles in utilising kind of long range weaponry and your artillery, and then we have some awesome painted Primarchs as well. So we have Horus for War Master. Really nicely painted. I do really quite like that model. It looks really cool. We have Dawn, the Praetorian of Terror, which is also a really nicely painted mini. I must admit, I like that with that non-metallic metal kind of finish to it. It looks pretty damn good. We have Magnus the Red, the Crimson King. We have Alfarius, the Lord of Serpents. Layman Russ as well, just up here. Another cool mini. But all of them are very nicely painted. I must admit, they are awesomely done. Including your good old Lionel Johnson, which is always the most fun name to say, in all honesty, and much more. Absolutely fantastic. They're really cool minis. They look absolutely fantastic. They are very nicely painted, so there is a lot to look forward to on these. So if you are, I don't know, picking up any of these minis, why not pick up this issue, because this can give you a bit of inspiration of how you can want to paint them and make them look really cool. But they look absolutely fantastic. I genuinely like all of these Primarchs. They are very nicely done and look absolutely fantastic at the same time. And then finally, we'll move into the inside of the studio section. So, obviously, if you have been buying White Dwarf since last year, you would have seen that was Hobby Bingo last year, and this year is no different. So, there is a Hobby Bingo kind of page here, so you can, instead of having a pull-out card like last time, you can photocopy this page or anything like that and get going with some Hobby Bingo for 2023. So obviously Christmas is around the corner. I'm sure most people that love Warhammer will probably get some minis for Warhammer over Christmas, and this gives you a little bit of inspiration to kind of carry on with them and even play some games as well this time around, because you can get points for playing and points for painting. So definitely worth a try, definitely worth a blast. Whether you're playing any game, Kill Team, Warcry, 40k, Age of Sigmar, up to you. Whether you're painting any mini from any range, this could be worth a try, just to kind of keep you going and a little bit more refreshed with it. Now, talking about Hobby Bingo, I did start it and then I kind of lost my way with it and lost the page for it, so I've kind of missed out on a lot. But this is how the team kind of White Dwarf got on with it, so there are some really good ones. A couple of them actually hit bingo and got a full card, so which is just literally 3 of them, so you got 1,140 points, who definitely led the way with over 116 minis painted. You've got good old one up here, one single full card, a full 1,000 points with 104 minis painted. And then we have Sophie Bostock here as well, who with 1,060 points and 105 minis painted. But yeah, really good stuff, and it's nice to see how other people get on and how it kind of inspires people to carry on painting and much more. But yeah, really good stuff, so pretty damn cool at the same time, and also some nice minis on the front there as well, so nicely done. The next issue is on sale on 20th of January. There will be a video for it more than likely, but yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you sometime soon. Bye bye now.